So now that we know how to use loops and use um, the virtual instrument technology on GarageBand, the next thing that we should know is how to use or how to record live recordings such as vocal recordings. And the way you do that, it's the same as before. You just click New Track, except you click on a real instrument recording and create. So there the track comes up, says no effects. You can add vocal effects later. So I'm just going to mute these again, these above tracks. So all we hear is this. So if I wanted to record my voice, I just make sure this is record enabled. And again, click record here. Right now you hear the metronome. You can turn that off when you're doing vocal recordings. But always when you're recording vocals, you should be using headphones so your music isn't spilling in to your new recording. So always be using headphones when you're doing this. I'm just showing you how to do it for now. So if you search metronome, if you are just doing something like what I'm doing here, you can turn the you can turn the metronome off by taking this little click away. You just click on it. So now when you record, you aren't going to hear the metronome. I'll do that again. So as I'm talking, you can't hear the metronome anymore. And I can play that back. Again. So as I'm talking, you can't hear the metronome anymore. Okay, perfect. And you can always add effects to your vocals by clicking here. For example, Epic Diva is pretty cool. These presets on GarageBand are actually pretty good. With Logic Pro, you can see the individual effects that are going into each channel strip, but you don't have those options on GarageBand. However, the presets are pretty interesting to play around with. Okay, so I'll play that back. This one has the Epic Diva effect on it. Again, so as I'm talking, you can't hear the metronome anymore. Okay, so these are different things you can play around. They don't have to be so epic, but you can play around with different things. Also, there are effects for different instruments that you would be recording live. It's not just vocals. And the next thing that I should tell you, and the last thing that I should tell you, is if you're recording covers and you have the instrumental file, all you need to do to record a cover, say I have some sort of an instrumental, okay, Man in the Mirror instrumental, there we go. Let's say I want this and I want to record over it. You just need to drag it. I just dragged it from iTunes. You can drag it from wherever the file is, and you can see it just converts and it'll be added into its own track. Okay, so I'll play a little bit of that. And you can record over this. If you have the instrumental file, you can record your own covers. Just like this, again, be using headphones for that, so you're not getting feedback in there. I'm going to show you how to export a song that you made on GarageBand. So this is not much of a song, it's just me talking at the beginning and an instrumental, but nevertheless, it's the same process no matter what your song looks like. To export your song, all you need to do is click on Share and export song to disk. And you can label your song at this point. And save. I believe this cursor should be at the beginning when you press export. If it's not at the beginning, it's probably just going to export from wherever your song or wherever the cursor started, so it will cut part of the song out, and you don't want that. So it takes a little while to create the mix down, but it's worth it. And then once that's done, you can share it. Share it on YouTube, you can share it with your friends. Should be an MP3 file. Okay. Here it is. Again, so as I'm talking, you can't hear the metronome anymore. Okay. Thanks very much, you guys.